speaker. Some might say Toastmaster or Gros has the voice of a coach, a drill sergeant, a teacher calling out, Bueller, Bueller, Bueller. Like that teacher in the 1980 movie comedy Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Who's seen that? Everybody has seen that? Not enough. Please check it out. Here today to show how direct communication style can help you or hinder you. Wade Gros with this speech. If you want that pie, don't be afraid to ask.
Have you ever met a real talker? Someone who just wouldn't shut up? Even if you said, shut up, what do? Go on and on and on, continue to explain, give you good direction, guidance, have the best of intentions. I can be that guy. We have more than a few of us in this room who are that guy or gal. Some may be sitting at the back table. So I can talk. In college, I was a morning show host on the radio every weekday from 6 to 9 a.m. In the Army, I was a photojournalist. I conducted media escorts, interviews, walked people around, introduced them, network. After the Army, I spent 27 years teaching English to 11th and 12th graders who can talk. But sometimes I could talk louder than 27 in a classroom. I've been complimented on my projection. I've been complimented on my delivery. And yet, I'm here to confess that I find myself, and most people will tell you, especially after this week's board meeting, I'm a terrible communicator. I often interrupt when I shouldn't interrupt. Apologize for that, Tim. All right. I don't always listen. However, I don't know if anybody's seen this communication style quiz in Toastmasters on Pathways. When I took that communication style quiz, it pegged me exactly to the point where I had to share that with my family, and they were like, Eureka, that's exactly you. I can communicate in a crisis, in a combat zone. I get straight to the point, and I find quick solutions before we even process it. According to the Toastmasters communication style quiz, I am definitely a direct communicator. Direct communicators are decisive, competitive, independent, and confident. Great for getting things done. We're results-oriented, ambitious, and goal-driven, and will complete the task regardless of feeling. So that is a drawback that direct communicators have. Think of us as a bull in a china shop. Instead of fragile dishes, we trample over feelings. Ouch. Today's speech is for my fellow direct communicators, as well as those who deal with us. We all know not every conversation is a crisis or a problem that needs solving. We all know people have feelings. Feelings are important. Bulldozing to get things done wreaks havoc on relationships. And for direct communicators, how many of us in the audience are direct communicators? It also makes it harder to get things done in the future, which sucks. Whether we like it or not, direct communicators have feelings too. How many of us have been told to include feelings and emotion in our speeches? Ignoring our feelings only leads to more distance among friends, more animosity, more obfuscation. When the people we care most about tell us to stop, slow down, and smell the roses, they're really looking out for us. Let me take you back to my college days at Louisiana State University. I lived in the Pentagon dormitory, which is ironic because I wound up working at the Pentagon so many years later with the Army Reserve. I ate all my meals at the dormitory cafeteria, and I had a great time. It took me about 6 years to get that bachelor's degree. My wife, only 3. Back in the 80s, for those of us who can remember, most of us had a song in our heads. It was the MTV generation. You couldn't get away from music, but we didn't have earbuds. Sony Walkman might have come out at that time. Portable CD player, not quite yet. But we'd walk around with this song in our head and have that kind of as a humming background, a soundtrack to our lives, so to speak. I know I did. I always had a song in my head, and I sometimes would sing it out loud. The problem with that, I'm a terrible singer. There I was in the Pentagon cafeteria, singing out of tune. I was walking in line, paying no attention to anybody else. Please bear with me. Bee-bop-a-loo-la, she's my baby. Now that was the song, and that was the rhythm, and it would just go off track from there. And I would add some punk rock stuff in there for Gary Adams and the rest of us. All right? And there she was, right in front of me. Beautiful woman. Beautiful blue eyes, blonde hair. And she told me in no uncertain terms, shut up, shut the heck up, shut up. And so I kind of got a little bit quiet, but the song was overpowering, and I continued. And she kind of glanced at me, and we're moving through this line as you do in a cafeteria line. I love cafeterias. Blake can probably tell us more than a few great ones out there in the world we live in. You're not a cafeteria guy, Blake? I love them. I love Army Chow Halls. I love Piccadilly's. I'm sad they're gone. Anyways, I realized we had a problem in that cafeteria line. They had just told us that we could no longer get a second slice of pie. And you pick it up as you go along and move on. So that was a tragedy for someone who really loves pecan pie. So I asked the beautiful blonde in front of me, are you getting dessert? And she said, no. So I put the pie onto her tray. My friends ate in one place, she ate in another place with her friends. Finished my dessert and was looking for that second slice of pie. So I went over and I asked for that second slice of pie. She said she didn't know me. I introduced myself. 37 years later, we've been having lunch most days that we can. We didn't always agree on everything. I found that was one of the best moments where my direct communication style worked. However, she's worked with me every lunch and dinner along the way, helping me listen better, get in touch with my feelings, her feelings, realizing I don't need to try to fix everything. Mr. Toastmaster.
Outstanding, outstanding, outstanding. Wow. I was hoping